Hi, I am Anna. I want to tell you a secret that has changed my life. I am sure it will change yours too. What if I told you that magic was real? No, not like on-stage performers who's solely there to entertain you, but the real magic that lives inside all things. In every atom of our being there is magic waiting to transpire you into a multidimensional self-being whom is capable of being anything and do anything that is to the limitation of your beliefs. I know you probably heard of that before, but we are living in a time where all-knowing and the truth is at anyone's reach if they try hard enough. It is lie. The Akashic records are finally at anyone's fingertips. Many believe that there are ways to accompany the healing of the world from the crystalline construction grid that surrounds our natural environment and resonates through crystals, giving them powers of healing and maybe even the capability to contact otherworldly transdimensional celestial beings. Others say that you can achieve it through the perfection of one's attainment of the light body through atonement of the chakras. Some try to attain it through religious beliefs. But what if you are not of religious sort? The roads can become confusing and even overwhelmingly holy stories of things that seem like they have an enslavement to spirituality. It leaves us feeling self-doubt of the wholeness that we should be living, but we can break free from the powerless struggles of unwillful enslavement to the co-constructed system. What is faith if there is not a right path to follow, you may be wondering. There is a perfect explanation to this answer. Faith by definition is complete trust or confidence in someone or something, such as a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion, based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Is praying to an invisible in doctrine manifesting abundance. I know it has not worked for me. Now, I am not saying prayers don't work, but it is not the outside forces that you are praying to that helps manifest the things that help give abundant wealth in your life. Nor is it getting us any closer to the thing that makes us whole. True enlightenment is observed in religion because of their beliefs. Belief is a strong factor in true self-satisfaction because it is biased on the programmed thoughts that resonate with vibratory frequency. Spirituality is not the same as religious beliefs because spirituality is the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. Though religion has this in mind, it is the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods that have developed a particular system of faith and worship of those whom are in pursuit for interest to which someone ascribes supreme importance. Whether you believe there is the devil or angel that lives, it is mostly internal programming of your ego, though controlling your thoughts and mindset. Ego is that inner voice that tells you that you are right or wrong, not to be confused with your conscientiousness. It is also depicted as a safety mechanism built by the mind to keep the body safe. There is many things the ego was designed for, but controlling it takes practice and self-discipline along with inner balance of your soul and your three minds of your body, also known as the body, brain, heart and gut. Extraordinary Healing Hearts. Academy answers the topic with their own research analysts on their web browser. https://extraordinaryhealinghearts.academy/news/the three brains head heart and gut #w1dms87y. How do the three brains communicate with each other? The way that these three brains communicate with each other is through the vagus nerve. What is fascinating is that research shows that the majority of information flows up the vagus nerve to the head brain rather than down to the other two brains. Reiki is said to help balance the forces within your body, accompanied by the energy of your own force of chakra balance. Once you opened up yourself to the idea of balancing one's mind, it becomes much clearer that there is a need to make oneself whole. Your body naturally adjusts to the vibrations you think and feel from your three minds. When you are not in balance with yourself, you are not in balance with nature and the bioplatform of which all life is guided by, so it leaves us disconnected and discontent with our life. All religion preach of balance, love, self-worth, and harmony with nature as a base of understanding spirit. It offers that empty reminder that God is out there somewhere and not filling our breath of our being, and a fear that there is nothing that we can do to better our beliefs of better unless it is through God's gospel. Which leaves us feeling like there is no real place to go except for church to feel better or find answers to our misery. It also gives us false impressions of the real demons that exist and entail that if we don't obey the hand of religion, then all will be given to the devil. This leads to a falter in morality of the mass public to follow the image of a god or be considered the Antichrist's assistant, or being judged for having immoral judgments. The magic of reality is not something that has gifts can remote manifest with their ability for you, but is inside of you to be able to do this on your own with your own sort of magic fortune-telling ball called intuition, with your own personal insight. It is true that you may find guidance here and there from the Bible, but to experience true joyful eternal love you have to first manifest it from inside yourself by finding the magic of the universe that lives in all things big and small. A balance of internal and external creates harmony between the brain, heart and gut. Once alignment is achieved, then the real magic of the journey can happen. Imagine your mind is controlling the ship and the gut harbors the sails and the heart steers the ship. While the sail is the gusty part telling you when to eat and how the feelings appear to be appetizing or not. The rudder is in control of the way you steer through the Nile of Croc, through the greatest learning curves in our love for life. If things go unchecked, you can feel like someone is stealing hope and crushing your dreams. The religions have the controversy on the idea that hope can be through divine intervention or give that reassuring feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen in establishing the belief of manifestation, while making you choose sides which people fight over, keeping you in the lower forms of fear vibration. Weaken your chances to do what you need to do to get your goals done or overcome controversy. It is really about giving love and receiving love in order to love more profoundly. Through love is the ultimate power of transformation of self-ego and rid the planet of hatred and cruelty. It is through the mindful awareness that we can connect to others in a more compassionate, wakeful state and clear out the fog with group meditation and alignment sessions. The occult have a belief of their own and have acquired a secret that has everyone mystified for centuries. The most best kept secret is the philosopher's stone or sorcerer's stone. Though it is not an actual stone that can be made out of gold, it is a sort of white powder that is purified gold through burning processes to make cake with to feed the soul. So the real reason we break our bread was because it was that called manna or mufkut, to refer to the food of the gods for the soul. It is also said that there is a magic dust that can levitate, transdimensionalize, retransdimensionalize itself and its host. Though it is not clear that the change in understanding of how things work help us obtain the self-sufficiency that our society as a world need to address. We don't need to fall victim of another race of beings that came from another dimension or world or even another multidimensional vortex of space to tell us that we are severed from the truth of all that is good and evil is in you, and you are that being that can change the world one choice at a time. As we cast out our intentions with emotion, we collectively give out the vibration of change. If we collectively combine our frequency at the same resonance, we gain a much higher, stronger, more steady flow. So when you gather in a church, you're combining your power of intentions with those in that church. Those intentions are amplified and sent out into the ionosphere as electromagnetic signals in subatomic particles that translate to what we call prayer energy. What is God then? Good question. Most forms of God are particles known as God particles. It is what makes up everything from you and me to the chair or clothes, rocks and trees, etc. Everything consists of atoms. Atoms contain energy called electrons, protons, and neutrons. These are comprised of quarks that tell the vibration what the mass is tuning into. This massive collection of vibrational bands play a tune is then collected in form as sacred geometric light patterns that make up its subatomic nano-microstructural shapes. The lower the vibrational pattern, the denser it becomes. Thus we get a mini-nebula vortex that creates a portal into this realm of possibilities given the nature of the frequential patterns. The pattern repeats itself in a self-regeneration genotyping. There are multitudes of evidence of how thoughts affect the environment around you and the health of your wellness. You are what you think. Reflections on how karma plays in your life may help to evaluate how to approach your get well plan, but you want to become stable in your confidence and understanding of how the parallel worlds really work. It takes time and practice to gain the ability to ease your fire side and calm the waters to see yourself clearly. If we were the masters of our own destiny, then how come we have not gained the reality of a fast turn out of prosperity? Well, to prosper is to succeed in material terms or be financially successful. Abundance, on the other hand, is another cat of a different foil but sounds the same as describes being a very large quantity of something. The world is only so big and everyone wants in abundance greedily because they are coming from the roots of lack. If we see that there is good happening in our lives, we can bring our self-awareness back into focus. Wearing over whose God is only going to bring the world to ruins as it did for many cultures before us. It is time we learned true peace and free will. Through the mixing of the colors known as religion, we find the pain to make the same color over time as they bleed and mix. Meanwhile we fight our inner dragons and sustain a harmony in our mind-body-spirit called Kundalini. The Kundalini is also known as the Jacob's ladder in historical nomenclatures. It represents the vibratorial regulatory system of your whole being. Moses and the bronze serpent in the Bible talks about the Kundalini. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon the pole. And it shall come to pass, that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it upon the pole. Numbers 21:8-9. Vibrations are everywhere and it is hard to distinguish which ones you are tuning into. Tuning by using the Hertz scales can help realigning the patterns you want to achieve. Once you achieve this, anything you dream can come true as long as you put forth the laws of abundance unselfishly and tap into the laws of attraction without greed. Remember that greed and fear are lower vibrational frequencies that keep you locked in the slave system. There is hope that the world will change and all life can be balanced and free to live abundantly. We are humanity lost in a mess of stereotyping and murdering. Not learning from the past is bound to repeat the same mistake again. Will we ever find justice for the things that are wrong to make it rightly just? Heresy and corrupted measures have overthrown logic and damaged freedom. There has to be a better way. The world is divided and encompass united crises that not one person can solve alone, but alone we need to solve our problems collectively. Through the process of changing one's inner self, we discover the power of sacred patterns, and seeing how we can change that every axis of the folds we can sew a new pattern for ourselves. churches use the Pythagoras theorem to build their structures of their holy sites, and you can use it to rebuild your own inner holy site. Yoga is a great way to enhance the stillness inside your meditation. Alignment brings us closer to the God particles. And although it still only is a glimpse of what it is to be living at full potential, at least it's a start. To harness the energy of the oneness in the God particle, one has to understand energy. Energy can be found in ancient understandings and getting back to the roots of what makes life good and give back as we receive it. All things pass through the Vosika Pisces and become transformed. As the transformation occurs, your body will pick up the change and wellness happens. We choose what frequencies we want to vibrate on no matter the circumstances. If you feel depressed, I know is the hardest thing to do is to become undepressed by yourself. But it can happen through mindful wakefulness. Being present in your self-understanding of your reflections towards the outside world and how they manifest into being through your awareness. There is no magic that can wipe out your powers when you're in control of yourself. That is the true meaning of having the confident upper hand. Getting connected with others who have also mastered the art of wellness is good to improve the well-being of the planet. It is the only link to the true thickness of the essence of God when we connect to the whole being of Earth and our subtle form. When we give out of our love endlessly, we receive endlessly love back. As they emerge into particles of thoughts and intentions that we have learned to master, we can start making a new life for all who inhabit here. Come join us on our revolutionary adventure as we become more interdivine. Peace awaits our destiny, freedom awaits our celestial wings as we merge with the ultimate source of vibration, fractaling into infinity of alpha, beta, delta, sigma, theta, and gamma. The ordinary tones. Sound is everything and everything is sound. I offer you a thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and hope to see you in my next videos.